It is time here at Nano Lodge for another episode of From a Cookbook. This time, number 182 is a book I have called The Village Baker's Wife. Gail's Bakery is a bakery down in Capitola, California, near Santa Cruz. It's been open for years and years, and she and her husband, Joe Ortiz, have written two cookbooks. Joe wrote a book on artisanal baking called The Village Baker, and this is Gail's book called The Village Baker's Wife, with all sorts of dessert recipes from their bakery. The bakery's actually still open. You can go there and they make a lot of different things. I read somewhere once that 200 different things were for sale in a day, everything from danishes to pastries and cakes. So quite a prolific bakery, but it's kind of an institution down in that city. In fact, I think Gail was elected mayor of Capitola years back. So anyway, this is her and her husband's cookbook, mostly hers, and today we're gonna make a recipe, praline cheesecake. So let's walk through it together. The reason I chose the cheesecake out of this cookbook to make, to show you how to do is I want to show you how simple cheesecakes can be. But cheesecakes can also be super elegant. And I think this one's got a fun twist to it with the praline in it. It's going to be the pecans with some butter and brown sugar. And it's layered in there, so it makes it a really elegant cheesecake. It can be a great dessert for a nice meal, or it can be just a humble cheesecake to have any day of the week. So the ingredients, not a lot of them as you can see, right? We've got brown sugar and sugar. We've got some vanilla, got some graham crackers that we'll make the crust out of, with some butter, some cream cheese, eggs, a little bit of lemon, and some pecans. That's it. Let's get everything prepped. All prepped and ready to go to make the Village Baker's Wife inspired praline cheesecake. I actually doubled the crust ingredients, sugar, graham cracker crumbs, and butter, because theirs only called for a cup, and I like a little bit thicker crust, and I kind of like to have it go up the edges rather than just on the bottom. So I've doubled this, and I'll write that in my recipe. And then we're going to mix all of the cream cheese cheesecake ingredients: cream cheese, sugar, vanilla, lemon juice, and eggs. And then we mix the brown sugar with the pecans, and we're going to kind of make that sort of crumble that will go in the middle and on top of our trusty springform pan. So let's start by making the crust. There, I've punched it all down, packed it in there. You can see where I wanted to double the crust from what they put in. We're gonna pop this in the oven, let it bake for about 5 minutes, and then let it cool while we put the filling ingredients together. For the praline filling, our directions are to mix the pecans with the brown sugar. our cheesecake is ready for the oven. Interestingly enough, I have baked cheesecakes in the past and I've always put them in a water bath to kind of keep the temperature even and allow them to cook through. This recipe actually has us cook the cheesecake about 45 minutes, so it's not completely cooked, and then we're going to turn the oven off and let it sit in the oven and finish cooking at a lower temperature. As the oven cools down, the cheesecake will finish cooking. So we'll see how it turns out. All right, that's what the cheesecake looks like after 45 minutes. Directions now say to turn the oven off and let it sit for 10 minutes. Okay, the cheesecake sat for 10 minutes with the oven door closed and the oven off. Now the directions say to just open the door and let the cheesecake sit here for an hour and a half. Then we'll take it out and put it in the fridge to harden. All right, the cheesecake has been sitting here for an hour and a half. Looks like it fell a little bit, but I don't think it cracked. Time for the refrigerator. Thanks for watching today as we did our From a Cookbook episode with the Village Baker's wife and this beautiful praline cheesecake. Man, does it look great. It's got that layer of praline and pecan in the middle, topped with all that good crunchiness, a little bit of caramelization where the butter is melted into the brown sugar. It smells amazing. Thanks for checking it out. Hope you enjoyed this episode.